The Charlotte Hornets have not made the NBA playoffs since 2016. That's currently the longest active playoff drought in the league. Will it be more of the same, or will the Hornets finally make strides this upcoming season? First, I want to hear your thoughts below. Will the Hornets make the play-in tournament? Comment your opinion right now. Leave a like as well. It helps out a ton. Thank you very much. Now, I will say this offseason was the first time in a long time where I said to myself, oh, the Hornets are finally heading in the right direction, mainly because they did a great job during the NBA draft. It's clear Jeff Peterson had a vision. He valued quick decision makers who are accustomed to playing team basketball. Con Knipple was their first pick at number 4. By no means is this a flashy pick, but he's just a well-rounded player. He can shoot the rock. He works well on and off the basketball. He's a player that you can put in any lineup next to any teammate, and he will find a way to make it work. Obviously, there are concerns about his athletic ability at the NBA level, but with his smarts and basketball IQ, it seems like he will overcome it. He really reminds me of a smaller Danilo Gallinari. Many forget, but for years that dude was a problem. A bit of a weird comparison. Let me know if you agree. Then they traded for Liam McNeely, another quick decision maker, and man oh man did he pop off the screen during the summer league in a great way. He was everywhere, playing harder than every single opponent. Hitting three-pointers, grabbing offensive rebounds, playing elite defense, then pushing the pace in transition and creating for himself or others. He was giving off elite role player vibes. His summer league performance reminded me a lot of Josh Hart. He has a ton of versatility. He can guard multiple positions. He can handle the rock at times. And just like Josh Hart, his motor is relentless. He's playing hard 24/7. That's probably his biggest strength from what I saw. I kept saying to myself, he's like if a track and field star was actually good at basketball. Then they drafted Zion James. He has great potential as a connector offensively. He was an impactful combo guard at Duke. I think he has great defensive potential at the NBA level. That's his pathway to being an impactful player in my eyes. I think that's going to be his signature skill. And as we know, the Hornets could use some defense. Speaking of that end of the floor, their last pick was Ryan Kalkbrenner. He projects to be a very smart rim protector while bringing the pick and pop game on the offensive side of the floor, which will work very well next to LaMelo Ball. Bottom line, if the Hornets start winning in the next few years, they turn it around, I really believe we will look back at this draft class and say this is what turned them around. These selections, because not only do they bring great basketball skills, but also they bring a presence in the locker room that you want around your guys. And obviously, for the Hornets to have any success next season, it's going to start with LaMelo Ball staying healthy for once. That's a key. He's an offensive superstar. In the 1,505 minutes with him last season, they had 114.4 offensive rating. That's a middle-of-the-pack offense. He really can carry that end of the floor, especially if he has someone like Brandon Miller next to him and other offensive talent. Honestly, I think if he just can put together a fully healthy season, he truly has like Tyrese Halliburton type potential. He does it in his own way, but he's that level of a playmaker and shot maker when he's on top of his game. The problem last season was in the 2,000 minutes without LaMelo, they had 103.5 offensive rating. To put that in perspective, the Wizards were the worst offense in the league last season, 105.8 offensive rating. Still better than the Hornets without LaMelo. It's so easy to sit back and be like he's a losing player, but in all reality, he just hasn't been able to stay healthy. And let's be real, the talent around him hasn't been great. Not saying he's a perfect player. He has terrible shot selection at times. He needs to give more effort defensively more consistently. But I feel like in the NBA community, we just do this too often where someone's in a bad situation and then we're like, oh yeah, they're a losing player, even though, you watch them and they're doing crazy stuff. And that's another part of the offseason. I think the Charlotte Hornets did a great job addressing the point guard position outside of LaMelo Ball. They traded for Colin Sexton by giving up Yusuf Nurkic. This dude is easily one of the most underrated players in the league. Last season, in 27 minutes per game, he was averaging 18.4 points per game efficiently, 48% and 40% from three, while averaging 4.2 assists per game. That's a guy you can fully trust to start if LaMelo is injured, which likely will happen over the course of the season. He's also a freak. I mean, this dude will hustle 24/7, and he's a guy, no matter if he's on a losing team, every single night, he's going to give you maximum effort. I guarantee you he finds a home in Charlotte. I think he's going to have a breakout year. And because LaMelo Ball is listed at 6'7", you can get away with lineups with Sexton next to him, and that should be a very dynamic offensive backcourt. They also signed veteran Spencer Dinwiddie, who I think is great for the locker room. Also, they re-signed Trey Mann, who was showing great potential before he got injured last season in the beginning of the year. Also, don't forget about KJ Simpson. He was cooking in the summer league, another young guy with potential at that position. Overall, they're just in a way better spot without LaMelo Ball during his minutes, and also in the games where he's missing with injury. And just like LaMelo Ball, hopefully Brandon Miller can stay healthy. He played 74 games in his rookie season, but then last year, 27 games. So it turns out LaMelo and Brandon Miller played 466 minutes together last season. They were actually a +1, which is very impressive considering how poverty the Charlotte Hornets were last season. Negative .9 net rating, 115.2 offensive rating, 116.1 defensive rating. If they can get lucky health-wise, I think they can make progress. I also like having veterans like Josh Green, who's going to play defense and hustle. He's great to put next to your two best players, Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. Pat Connaughton and Grant Williams are not bad options for where the Charlotte Hornets are at. They both have playoff experience, been on championship level teams. By no means do you want them as key role players on a contender, but in the Hornets situation, they could be very useful. And I think you saw that with the Detroit Pistons last year. Tim Hardaway Jr. was terrible on Dallas, but he was key for the Pistons. He started games. Tobias Harris was not very good for the Sixers, and he was key for the Detroit Pistons. I'm telling you, something's brewing in Charlotte. Finally, I think they're going to, start to go upward. And like I said a million times in this video, if LaMelo Ball can find a way to stay healthy, Brandon Miller as well, I think with the rookies they got from this draft class and just the random veterans they have, they can definitely be a play-in team in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts below in the comments section.